This is Rob Tebbutt for Boxing Social. It's the morning after the night before, and I'm here with Dave, the White Rhino, Alan. Dave, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you, Rob. Very tired this morning, very tired, but I'm a pro, do you know what I mean? So, I'll just get on with it, don't I?
Talk to me about your win last night. Spectacular fourth round knockout of Nick Webb. Not going to say I expected to see you win, but yeah, tell me a little bit about that.
I'll talk about the fight first. I had it under control the whole time, honestly thought that, you know. I went in there, I was a bit worried. The first round went by and I thought, you know what? It doesn't punch as hard as I anticipated. The second round, I went back to the corner, I said to Mick, I said, yeah, he's slowing down. The third round, I caught him with a right hand, so I was hitting his body. And I said to Mick, I said, it's a matter of time. The fourth round, I hit him again, but I hit him a little bit too high on the head, and the shot was a little bit wide, it was very arcing. So, I knew the shot would come again. I threw it again, I threw the body shot, brought his hands down. It was all planned. I've not watched the full fight back yet, but I had a game plan, I executed it. That's at British title level, you know. That game plan last night wouldn't work against an elite fighter, a proper elite fighter, but at this level, I'm not even trained, Rob, you know what I mean? You've been with me all week. I fucking winged it, Anna. Very unprofessional, but sometimes I've just got things you can't buy. And obviously I did it with that chopper in right hand. That dealing with the Darren right hand. And I really like Nick Webb. He's a nice man. But I did him with that right hand. And to be honest, I'm getting a bit of experience now. That was my 30th fight, amateur and pro, last night. Put it into perspective, you know, Lomachenko had 400 amateur fights, Ortiz had 380. I watched Ortiz had 380 amateur fights. Lenroy Thomas were boxing before I was born. Tony Yoka, 400 amateur fights, Olympic gold medal. That was my 30th ever boxing match last night. Half of them haven't gone past the first round. I'm just getting a bit of experience now. Last night was, I don't want to sound disrespectful to Nick Webb, but it was easy. And it's not pretty, my style is not pretty, but it is very effective. And at British level, I'm a very dangerous man. What more can I say?
Just explain to me the feeling after you landed that right hand, Nick Webb guillotined on the bottom rope, and your reaction. I think it's something I said to you last night. It had everything. You looked relieved. Also looked like a lot of pent up frustration had sort of come out of you. Just explain to me that feeling.
The weight of the world off my shoulders. I needed a win. If I lost last night in my career, retirement, but it wasn't me saying I retired because I don't want to box anymore. It'd been a case of I can keep boxing, but I'm doing 4 or 6 rounds on smaller shows, and that's fine. I'd have probably carried on after a break anyway, doing that. But in terms of seeing me on the TV and whatever, that'd have been done. So my career effectively would have been over, not out of choice. Do you know what I mean? So it was relief. That was relief. Basically, that win last night has just bought me an house, cemented the future for me, because I'm not a fussy man. Do you know what I mean? Another 2 or 3 paydays, I'll be finished. Not finished boxing, but I'll be finished in terms of what I need for me to have a comfortable life. Do you know what I'm saying? I've curbed the gambling. I don't spend. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a fancy man. So last night for me, like, it was just like, you know what? I've just fucking secured my future. As daft as it seems, a British title eliminator against Nick Webb, it was for me, that's life changing money. But it was just like, wow. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've secured my future. Do you know what I mean? Like my next fight and the one after and the one after, and but more so than that, just winning a big fight finally. It was just relief. It wasn't even happiness. It was just relief. Just like finally, I've just, you know what I mean? Just relief.
What about the reaction from the crowd? One of the biggest reactions, if not the biggest reaction of the night. You're somebody who has this sort of difficult to describe fan base, really, which I know spurs you on. What was it like having that kind of reception after getting the win?
Once I walked out, it was a massive reception. Nick Webb had a little bit of a boo, and I thought, fucking hell, you know what I mean? After the fight, the whole show just seemed to stop. Just to interview me at the side of the ring, everything I said was a cheer, and just it was. I was a bit emotional, to be honest, because you know what, like all I want out of life really is to be loved. You know what I mean? I just want everyone just to like me. Do you know what I mean? And as far as boxers go, you know, you got Dylan Whyte and Derek Chisora. They're real hard men. Do you know what I mean? They don't give a fuck about anything. Like what anyone says to them would be water off a duck's back. Whereas I'm very soft. In some ways, obviously, I'm a bit of an hard man in some senses, but I just want to be loved, Rob. Do you know what I mean? All I want really is people to like, respect, just like and respect me for what I am. Do you know what I mean? As a person, and so I was a bit emotional. Do you know what I mean? It was yeah. After the fight, it was just beautiful. I'll never forget it.
Something that we spoke about. You haven't lived the life this week, far from it. Late call, a few things. I mean, you were supposed to be boxing in a what, 6-rounder or 4-rounder. Mm-hmm. Now then you boxed on Sky Sports box office. What are you going to do to sort of to avoid that happening again? I mean, you had the week where you didn't really live the life, and you went out and scored your career best victory. Is there any risk that you'll think, oh well, that worked a treat, I could do that again going forward, or are you going to look at it differently next time?
No, I've given myself a chance there now. Where my next fight, I'll get 10 weeks notice, be in the home corner, and a bit of a rest now. I didn't really want the Nick Webb fight in one sense. All day yesterday I was thinking, fuck, you know. The first time in my career I was like, back at the front of my mind I was thinking, do I really want to do this? Do you know what I mean? Thinking, not that I can't be asked. I knew when the bell went I'd fight, because that's what I do, but I was having doubts in my mind and stuff like that. So, and that was because of the shape I was in. I've not trained since March, really. I go to the gym, I train Danny, I go to the gym, I do bits and bobs, I do this, I join in with him, but really and truly, I can't run a mile without stopping. So, it's dangerous more than anything. It's very dangerous to do that. Nick Webb's a dangerous man, but so I would love to say I'll never be in that shape again, but I can't. I don't promise anything. I just can't promise anything. I'd like to, but you know, hopefully that's a kick up the arse. But I've said loads of times I'll do this, and I mean it with the best intentions. But I very rarely put together 6-7 weeks of normal behaviour. And do you know what I mean? I've only ever done it twice. Let's make it. You know, I'll try. I'd love to, but a good rest now and see what happens. You know, obviously I want to box again and set myself up financially and win the British heavyweight title. That's the dream. So and to win the British heavyweight title, under no illusions, I would have to be 100% Nick anyway. Nick Webb's a decent fighter, good fighter, but the likes of Dubois, Joyce, Gorman, if I had to box any of them, I'd have to be 100% on my game, 100% fit, and I still have some pain on. Do you know what I mean? So I'd have to be more than I couldn't go in. I couldn't go in with any of them in the shape I was in last night and expect to have any success whatsoever.
What sort of timescale are you putting on your return to the ring? You told me that you would not box again in 2018, win, lose or draw. Is that still the case?
Yeah, I have a good bit of time off. The Tony Oka fight fucked me, you know. Proper. I shouldn't have boxed last night really, but I couldn't turn it down. I knew it was my last chance. I knew I wasn't in great shape, and it was like when you play roulette. Last night I was covering 3 numbers out of 37 on the fucking table, but luckily one of them came in. You know, I was effective to what I did. I covered 3 or 4 numbers on a table of 37, and it paid off. But bit of a rest now. The Yoka fight, I've not sparred since the Yoka fight. because I was really ill after that fight. I was really rough. So, bit of time off. We'll come down next week. Boxing like a drug, you know. I was up here last night, and next week, you know what I mean. You tail off a bit, so bit of time off. I'm not going to put a time scale when I'll box, when I won't box, because if the money is right and the opportunity is right, I will take it. But Eddie said last night, Eddie won't be offering me anything for a good while. He wants me to have a good rest. So I'll possibly next year, end of the year, whenever really. Just chilling now for a little while. It's nice to just be able to just gonna enjoy last night for a while.
Talking about that come down, that's something that we spoke about the other day in our interview, that boxing is like an addiction, boxing is a drug. With that being said, do you envision it being a different type of come down now that you've secured a career best win, as opposed to, the Lemroy fights? Obviously both very different, but I'm sure a completely different feeling to what you're feeling now. Do you think it's going to be a little bit different?
Probably not now, because it doesn't matter win, lose or draw. Last night, all that there, you have all them people screaming your name and all that, and then you go home and you sit in your flat and on your own, and you're just like, fucking hell, wish I could do that every day. But at the same time, things are different now. Training, Danny, I've got things on now, you know what I mean? Like before, I'm grown up now, I'll deal with things a lot better now. When I was, a few years ago, I was a nightmare because I couldn't control what was going off. Mental health issues, depression and bipolar and other things. I'm not saying people can control it, but I feel like I can control what my issues. As I get older now, I know when a bad spell's going on, and I just deal with it now. Just deal with it. You know what I mean? Before I used to get myself right down. I'd lock myself away, but now I just keep myself busy. Eat healthy for a few days, as crazy as it sounds. I'll make sure I'm out and about, even if I'm miserable as fuck. It's no tablets, no nothing. Just routine, being busy. That's the key. You know, training Danny for me is the best thing I've got going for me at the minute, because he's got 2 sessions a day, and I won't miss them. I won't miss either of them for the world. Because while I'm busy and got routine, and I'm busy with that routine, I've got no time to be feeling anything other than fucking, come on. Do you know what I mean? I've got to do that, no matter what. When I promise myself something, I don't do it sometimes. I'm probably my own worst critic, and my own worst enemy sometimes. And I won't do it for myself. But if I say to Danny, look, you're at my house at this time and I'm going to train you because I want you to be the champ, I'll do it no matter what. So I'll just keep myself really busy now. And so there'll be a come down next week, because there will be, because you know what I mean. I've had that great thing last night, and then thingy, but because I'm going to be so busy, and like you say, life is fucking great, which doesn't stop certain things from happening and feeling certain ways, but it certainly fucking helps. Yeah, 100%.
You mentioned Danny. How different has it been, and how beneficial has it been having Danny here in fight week? You're very, very close. You're trying to get him in the shot, so we're going to open the shot up and get Danny involved. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Morrell. Yeah, how has it been having Danny around you this week? How has he helped you? You seem very happy. Public workout. You had a little move around. You've been making him do every interview. You've interviewed him yourself. What's that been like this week for you?
It's been great, you know, because with Danny here, I've got to practice what I preach. What I can't say to Danny. I need him to respect me, for him to listen to me. So last night I went out there and I put on a performance, and now Danny's sat here thinking, you know what? He knows what he's on about that Dave Allen. He's alright, he's decent. Do you know what I mean? So, and my first boxing coach was Will Swindles, but my second boxing coach was Brendan Ingle, and the man was a genius, in boxing genius, and just a genius, full stop for me. Do you know what I mean? The man came over here, I don't think he could read all right, but just the smartest person ever. Do you know what I mean? And the thing with Danny is, I'm just trying to. Brennan used to tell me stories all the time, what he'd do with Naz and what he'd do with people, and that's what I'm doing with Danny. And it just brings me so much happiness. I'm just so happy. Do you know what I mean? Look at the smile on his face all week. And it just makes me so happy. I've just been so relaxed all week. And really just been making sure he's having a good time and happy. And I've not even thought about the fight all week because I've been just too busy just enjoying myself. You know, with Danny, with you, with my other mates, Kev Quigley, fucking Darren Chopper, and a few of us I can't mention because they're not meant to be here. I've just had just a wonderful time. Do you know what I mean? He's like a brother to me now. So it's great I'm just so happy that he's here to experience it. You know what I mean? But I'm a weirdo like that. Other people's happiness makes me happy. If that's what gets you off, that's what gets you off, innit?
Danny, what's it been like for you being around Dave for this fight week? Big Sky box office, being interviewed by people, including Dave, moving around at the workout. Just how beneficial is this going to be for you, for somebody who is so young, still yet to make your own professional debut? Do you think you'll look back on this and reap the benefits going forward?
Definitely, I think it's help. Like I've already experienced it younger, so I can get used to it now, and then I'll be more used to it when I'm professional myself, in position that the boxers were in this week. So I get a rough idea of what I need to do really. So.
What did you make of Dave's performance? You, like me, have seen every little nitty-gritty bit of Dave's build up to the fight. Were you expecting a performance like he put in against Nick Webb? You can be honest.
I think it was shocking for everyone. It was still brilliant, but like Dave said, he was confident he expected to win. And when he says something, he normally does deliver and got the best possible outcome, I think. So everyone's a bit buzzing. So, yeah, buzzing.
Right, we'll leave you off now, Danny. You can crawl back to the other side of the room. Something that we've spoken about, and I know that I think potentially upsets you more than you're willing to let on. Really, is about the people who didn't want you to fight tonight. Now I've explained to you that I feel that it comes from, for the most part, a good place of people caring for you and sort of worrying for your well-being. What does it feel like now you've got the win, you've rolled the dice, as you say, and it's come up, it's hit one of those numbers? How do you feel in the wake of the people who were questioning whether or not you should be in the ring at all this weekend?
Yeah, you know what? Like, I don't mind all that, but people are saying stuff like, "Oh, his speech is slurring." My speech is not slurring at all. Being interviewed at 1 a.m. in the morning after doing another 30 interviews that day. You're saying the same stuff repetitively, and even though you're trying to, I'm trying to be fun, I'm trying to be myself, but it gets a little bit hard, you know. You're a bit like, oh yeah, you know, at 1 a.m. We did one the other day. I was into it, it was fun, but at the same time, I'm fucked. So I'm there, I'm like, yeah, you know what, yeah, like, and I'm from Doncaster, I talk like that. It upsets me a little bit. I'm as sharp as a tack. I've had 30 fights. I've not really had many fights. I've had a lot of hard spars and a lot of hard fights, but I'm as sharp as a tack. There's no damage on me yet. You know what I mean? I do get hit too much. I do take a bit of stick, but it's not affecting me yet. And I'm not stupid enough to think I'm untouchable. It won't affect me further down the line or whatever else. But you know what? People just got to live and let live. I don't tell everyone else how to live their life. So it's not that. It just bothers me. Like there's too many people on there. There's too many social media coaches. You know what I mean? Just be a boxing fan. Just enjoy it. If you want to support me, then support me. If you want to support another fighter, support him. But I just see stuff on Twitter sometimes. I think there's no need to put stuff like that. I don't mind if you want to dig out my boxing ability, that's fine. Don't mind that all day. If you want to say I can't box, you want to say I'm shit at boxing, that's fine. But just sometimes with the personal stuff like that, it does bother me because got family on there, and the thing that annoys me the most is there's nothing. You know what I mean? I'm as sharp as fuck. There's no slowing. I'm not slowed down a bit. I'm getting sharper every day. Every beating I take, I seem to come out of it sharper than ever. So yeah, that does annoy me because it's not something to joke about, really. I feel like some people in life, some people hear something once, they pick it up and they believe it. You can tell people, it's like propaganda in the newspapers. You put it in the paper, people read it, people believe it. So I'm telling you all now, I'm sharp as fuck. Believe that. Spread that. Sharp as fuck. You know what I mean? So certain stuff, personal stuff on Twitter, yeah, of course it bothers you. I'm only a human being. I'm a very self-sensitive one at that. So stuff like that is does bother me. Yeah, the boxer, people saying I'm shit at boxing. I just think, you know what? If you think I'm shit, then that's fine. But personal stuff, yeah, it does bother me a little bit. Stuff like that does get to me a little bit. Yeah.
Where next for you? Can we expect you to sort of build when you do make your return to the ring, whether it's the end of this year or the start of next year? Can we expect to see you go straight into that final eliminator for the British title, or potentially take something else? I know you've spoken in the past about your sort of wish to get some wins under your belt, to have some hard learning fights, to box a Kamil Sokolovsky or somebody like that, and sort of get rounds under your belt in fights that you are supposed to win. Or if the opportunity presents itself for a bigger fight, is that something that you're looking to take?
There's loads of different routes I can take. I think I'm past the. Kamil Sokolovsky's a very hard man, by the way. Fucking hell. But I kind of feel like I'm past that. Surpassed that. The Nick Webb really is surpassed all that stuff now. He's obviously above that level. You know, Nick Webb, I think is British level. I think Nathan Gorman, Dubois. You know, obviously, I would expect them to beat him. But he's not an easy night for anybody. Do you know what I mean? 3 or 4 rounds, give him a night of each on the chin, he'll take you out. But he's like British level, so I'm definitely in and around the British level mix now. I don't really want to fight the 6 rounds because you kind of get tired with that brush. Like, oh, you beat Nick Webb at British level, you fight a 6 round of journey, and they're like, oh, he's at that level. I want to be seen in and around the level that I believe I am. Ideally, that was an eliminator last night. When I come back, I see what the landscape is. When I come back, Joe Joyce could have moved on. Dubois and Gorman could have moved on. They could all be above British level in 6 months' time. You don't know, do you? It's very hard to say. Boxing changes all the time. Last night turned my career around. I've gone from possibly retiring to my next fight being for the British Heavyweight Championship. So you never know. You know, Dubois could have his next fight. He could win the British title outright in the next 6 months if they got him the right fights. Same with Nathan Gorman. Same with Joe Joyce. So it's very difficult to say. I'd like to pick up more experience in easier fights. Them fights, really. Joe Joyce fight with me is like a 70-30, 80-20 in his favour. Same with Dubois and Gorman. People will look at it like that. I want fights that are like 70-30 in my favour. I want to fight 10-round fights for the WB fucking C Chippy Tits title I won last night. I want to defend that now against decent fighters that I've got to really work to beat. Do you know what I mean? The likes of your who, sorry? Hey, Gary Cornish's, Sam Sexton's. But then you look at foreign opponents that are like 15-2. Good fighters. They're dangerous if I'm not on my game and 100% fit, but just picking up experience, you know what I mean? I've had all the hard fights now. I want to pick up experience. If the British Heavyweight title comes up, I can't really turn it down because that's what I'm in boxing for. I can't turn that down. But if not, if I was in charge of my own career, my next fight would be a 10-rounder for a little trinket belt, which means fuck all to me. But just picking experience up 10 rounds against good men, good opponents. The levels of Gary Cornish, Sam Sexton, whether it's them or the foreign equivalent, someone I feel like I should beat, but I've really got to work at it, got to turn up 100% fit and be on my game. And if I am, I beat them. If I'm not, I have a really hard night. Something like that, that's what I want. I don't really want Joyce, Gorman, Dubois next. That's not really what I want. I don't really want to go into another fight where I'm 4-5 to 1, 6 to 1 to win the fight. I want to go in, be expected to win, and will win if I'm on top of my game. They're the fights that I want now to improve. I want 2 or 3 of them, ideally, because last night I went in there at about 10% of my game and beat a good solid fighter. So that's given me the chance to do what I can. A good rest, come back, 3 or 4 10-rounders, and last night, the experience is key in boxing. Absolutely mental. And I always said that was the case. People don't. I boxed Dylan Whyte in my 20th ever amateur and professional fight. I'd done less than 100 competitive rounds. I think I'd done less than 50 competitive rounds when we were Dylan Whyte. After 6 competitive rounds when we were Luis Ortiz. And people are like, why is he not performing? Why is he choking it? I'm choking it because these have had 400 fights. Luis Ortiz had 400 fights, and I've had 21. It's everything in life is experience. Boxing, any sport, shagging, anything. That's a very seedy thing to say, but it's true. Everything in life is experience. Do you know what I mean? Like with Luis Ortiz, I was still at the stage where I still can't get it in. Do you know what I mean? I can get it in, but I can't seal the deal at this point. Now it's in and I'm sealing the deal. Do you know what I mean? There's another analogy for you there. Do you know what I mean? Your first couple of fights, you're not really sure what's going off. I'm at the point now where I'm in, do you know what I mean? Trying a few different positions now. Do you know what I mean? Finally getting it in from behind, doing it myself without them putting it in for me. That's where I'm at now, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I fucking thrown myself way off kilter. But I can't even remember what I was on about. You know what I mean? Experience is key in every walk of life, everything. That was the best analogy I could use. So now, what can I do with proper back-to-back camps, the right fights? I see myself doing really well. Physically, I'm as strong as a bull, tough as anyone, can punch a little bit. I'm a bit of a natural at boxing. I feel after 30 fights to achieve what I've achieved and doing what I'm doing, I've got to be good at this game, really. To be played at it, to play at boxing with no experience, to do what I've done, do you know what I mean? I must be alright. So, hopefully my career now, have a bit of time off and come back and have another 2 years, 2.5, 3 years at it and get out of the game, 28, 29, make my money, achieve everything I can achieve. That's what I would like to do, you know? So I'm nowhere near my ceiling yet. I'm nowhere near. But it's just mad out what a difference a day can make, innit? Talk of retirement 36 hours ago. Now I'm sat here thinking, what can I really do with myself? So, as is life.
You mentioned your physical gifts, your physical ability. One of the things that struck me around being around you this week is kind of the sort of, I mean, I had you have lost the fight, I'd imagine it would be something that somebody could look back on and say, oh, he wasn't really asked about the fight. But now that you've won the fight, I feel like looking back, you were so relaxed during the week. You had Danny, you had other people around you, distractions. You said that Nick Webb was probably going to be staying at his hotel worrying about looking good and he's unbeaten and he should be beating Dave Allen. Are you going to continue to adopt that mentality going forward and just add the physical side, the preparation? Or is it, again, that something you need to feel like you need to revisit moving forward?
I can't change what I am and who I am. Who I am and what I am is makes me what I am. Do you know what I mean? Obviously the training side of it, that all needs to think. But in terms of fight week, in terms of doing what I do, I don't think that should change. Mentally, like I said last night, I'm very weak in some senses. Do you know what I mean? But in terms of when it comes to fighting, I'm as strong as anybody there is. Do you know what I mean? It's not that I don't get nervous. I just control them. My dad was a professional fighter. My great granddad was a professional fighter. Boxing, fighting, is just what we do. I think it's just bred into me. It's just what I do. It's just normality. Do you know what I mean? I don't fight in the streets. I'm not an hard man. I'm not a bad man. Do you know what I mean? Bad man. I'm not that. But fighting is it's like you, Rob, going to the shop for a loaf of bread. That's essentially what it is. And even though I was worried before the fight, I thought, oh, I can't be hard. As soon as the bell went, you know what I mean? I'll fight all night long. But yeah, mentally, very strong. And it's all experience. I used my experience last night to beat somebody who was more experienced than me, really. But I'm a smart bloke, really. People underestimate. I'm very I'm not daft, you know what I mean. I've been in his head all week. And not in an horrible way. I really like the foot. I've had a good time, we've had a good laugh, but I was in his head all week long. Do you know what I mean? Even last night, and I've been winding him up all week, but in the nicest way possible. All mind games. But moving forward, what I'm going to do, I don't know. I could never tell you. Like I said earlier, I can't promise a thing. Can't promise anything. I don't know. I might just end up even bigger next time. Who knows? Nobody really. I don't even know. But I'd like to think moving forward, you know, I'll do everything professionally and 100% correct. But Eddie said to me now, like, he realises there's no point saying anything to me because I am my own man. I will do whatever the fuck I want. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. Likes of Eddie and Barry and Nigel, man, when they say something to me, I listen. And I listen, take it in. But at the end of the day, God Himself could come down and say, "Look," and I'd be like, "You know what? I'm my own man, and I do everything. I do what I want to do. I have the final word on everything. This is my life. I only get one go around. My choice. You know what I mean? Even when I know the people are correct, even if I know something's right, everyone's telling me it's right. I know it's right. But if it don't feel right to me, I'm just not going to do it. I don't care. So I will continue to just do whatever the fuck I want. That's what I am. Even if it's the wrong thing to do, I'll continue to do it. But it'll make for fun viewing, regardless, whatever I end up doing. So I don't know. You know, last night just give me an opportunity on it to do whatever I want to do. So just see what happens. I don't know. I don't even know. I really don't know. I don't know.
Something you alluded to in your post-fight press conference is your dad. You mentioned on several times in Fight Week that you had a recent falling out. Somebody who you admitted has probably the biggest influence on your career. Do you envision yourself catching up with him over the next few days, potentially?
I don't know. I mean, me and my old man have had been a very strange, been a very hard 26 years growing up with him, do you know what I mean? He's a very hard man. You know, I'm not going to go into details on fucking growing up or whatever, all that bullshit, you know. Really, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in boxing. I would have, do you know what I mean? All my boxing career, I own my boxing career. I don't owe it to him. I put the work in myself. I've been on getting punched in the face, but he's a big thing behind it. And I guess I box for him. And my granddad, my dad and my granddad. I mean, I box for all my sisters. I box for all of them. I want to make as much money and do as well as I can, so I can see them right and do them good. But I guess I fight. I guess I really fight and I win. I win from my dad and my granddad and that. Do you know what I mean? So they can walk about and people can go, "Oh, is Dave Allen your son?" Do you know what I mean? I guess I do it for them in a way. I do it for everyone in terms of money and in terms of thingy. But in terms, I want my dad and my granddad to go out. I want my granddad to go to Red Lion and sit in there, and people say, "Oh, your David is well the other day," and my dad to go out. My dad is what he is. I know what he is. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't. So I still want him to go out with his chest puffed out, and people going, "Oh, your David's doing well." Do you know what I mean? So no matter what I think about him, he's still my dad, and I do. And I guess I do it for him. You know what I mean? Can't change who your dad is, can you? So, yeah. You can't choose your family, can you? And I'm soft as a brush. I'm like my mum, but my dad's my dad. So.
Now, when we finished up the interview the other day, you gave a hilarious message to your fans, where you told them that they shouldn't worry about you. It's only Nick Webb. He's not that good. Your words, not mine. Before we end this interview, I'd like you to give another message to your fan base, who I'm sure are still absolutely elated with your win last night. talk to what were you telling me? The Rhino look? The Rhinoettes. Give a message to the Rhinoettes after your stunning victory over Nick Webb at the O2. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. Everyone at the O2 last night, everyone at home, everyone who found their way into the Novotel Hotel last night, somehow. Big thank you to everyone, really, because you make it happen. I get in the ring and fight, but I only get these opportunities really because of the people, you know. And it makes me very emotional. People may think, you know what, David, people, you know, some boxers you feel like they say it because they feel like they have to say it, or they think it's good for the career to say it. I genuinely get emotional sometimes because, like I said earlier, I am really just a man who wants to be loved and people to like me, and the fact that it feels sometimes like the whole of the country loves me is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So this is a message of thanks to each and everyone who supports me in any way. Like, every time I see someone in a t-shirt of mine, my balls tingle so hard. I just think, you know what, you've actually gone out of your way and paid money to wear a shirt, and you're proud to be seen wearing a shirt with my name on it, which to me is still mental now. I'm starting to come round to the idea that people do like me. I'm coming around to that now, and it's very nice. And this is a very long message, but you all deserve a long message. The likes of Mark Kuma, still don't know how to pronounce it all these years later. You know, the likes of Cam McGann. These are just Instagram names that I remember, Twitter names, and some of them I know. The likes of Verity, the likes of all of you, the likes of Michael Redman, the likes of Tyrone. You know you are, no one else will. If any Tyrone out there, you can take the credit for this. Just thank you to everyone, really. You know, they're just the first people that come to my head. That support that I see on my Twitter timeline, on my Instagram thing. I remember all names. I remember people always come up to me and say, "Remember me?" I'm like, "Yeah, we spoke about this," and they're amazed by it. But I do genuinely feel like I owe my career to everyone. I wouldn't say I'm the people's champion. I feel like I'm the people's fighter, because you all make me feel very special. It's getting a bit deep. But yeah, thanks again. Thank you.
Meet a lot of interesting people in boxing, from all walks of life. I've never ever met anybody like you, Dave Allen. Thanks very much for speaking to Boxing Social. Thanks even more for having me around you this week, and sharing all of your crisps and sweets with me. Dave, the White Rhino Allen, congratulations on your victory last night. Look forward to seeing you back in the ring next year. Catch up with you soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. It's been a wonderful week. I've met a few friends for life. Yourself, Kev Quigley, amongst others. Just fabulous week in and out of the ring. Thank you.
Thank you.